Hello and welcome back to the show. I love my next guest. She is absolutely such an inspiration to all of us with her story. So this woman, 3 years ago, gave up her income, her home, all of her possessions, all of them, gone, and moved to the beach in Thailand and decided to live a whole different life than what she was living. She ended up creating a life where she got to make $10,000 a month regularly, no more 9 to 5, and is now continually living the life of her dreams. Please welcome to the show, Natalie Hill.
Great to be here. Thanks so much.
Oh, Natalie, it is such a joy for you to be here with us. Your story is really powerful. Please tell us what prompted you, what inspired you to make such changes?
Well, I realized that I had not been living what I call my life. I realized that I was trying to fit the rules of our culture and of my family and fit into that box that they had created for me. And I realized that wasn't me. And I felt like I was squandering my most precious gift, my life.
Ah, which it is, right? It's absolutely a gift. What did that feel like for you on a day-to-day basis? What did that feel like?
Well, honestly, I didn't really notice because I think it's like you put the frog in the warm water and you gradually heat it up. But what
Yes.
happened is I took this vacation to Costa Rica
Ah,
where I rented this funky orange bicycle and I was getting up at dawn every day, riding on the beach. And I was taking surfing and digital photography and of course Spanish. And I realized one morning, just 6 days into the trip, this is how my life is supposed to feel. And
mm-hmm.
then I suddenly realized, and you haven't been living it.
Ah,
And this feeling of despair, I just realized, well, first of all, I had this feeling of despair, like I've squandered my precious life. And then I thought, and furthermore, you're too old. You can never get it back and you're too old. And then, a few steps later, I realized if you keep thinking that way,
mm-hmm.
you are going to squander your precious life.
Right.
And so I decided in that moment that it was not too late. It was never too late, but I was not too old. And I was going to figure out what it takes to live my life anywhere I want to live in the world, working with whoever I want to live with.
I love that point about the age because I hear that so often. People will talk about, oh, I'm too old, it's too late for me. And I always think of the woman who, I think it was like the Wendy's Where's the Beef commercial or something like that, who didn't even start her acting career until she was like 65 or 80 or something like that. And then ended up having one of the most successful commercial careers ever, like literally ever. And so I love that you absolutely blasted through that absolutely ridiculous story about being too old, because it really is never too late until you're done, right? Until you're no longer here. So you felt that, oh my gosh, I have to do something different. This is how I want to live, not just for vacation, because most of us kind of settle for that for vacation, right? It's just like, okay, 1 week a year, I get to live the way I really, really want to live. And you said, no, I'm not going to do that. So what did you start doing to change it? What were some of the steps that you started to change it?
Well, first thing is I went home and I went directly to Ace Hardware and I bought a for sale sign and I put it in my kitchen window. The the very next day after
Wow.
I got back from that vacation. So, I put it into motion.
Okay.
And then I thought, okay, I know that I want to have a business of my own. I want to be an entrepreneur. I know that I want to work with women, but I didn't know more than that. So I hired a coach.
Okay.
I invested in my first business coach, which was terrifying, but I felt like, okay, I can spend years figuring this out on my own,
Right.
or I can fast track it with the help to really, give me the guidance of what to do. And so that was a smart move, even though I didn't know it at the time.
Absolutely. And why was that terrifying? Why was it terrifying to go get a coach?
Well, it was the biggest amount of money that I had ever invested in one program. But the other thing was I was really investing in me.
Right.
I was saying, I'm going to do this. And that's scary.
Sure. Natalie, can I ask you how much was that? What was that scary amount?
Yeah, it was $5,000 for a whole year. So looking back, I think it was a very inexpensive investment,
Right.
but at the time, it felt embarrassingly a lot.
Sure, sure, because it all just depends on where you are in that moment, right? So tell us now a little bit about your sacred entrepreneurial success, because that's kind of where, your path took you into
Yeah.
creating that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Orgena, what I realized, I was working with this coach, but I was still trying out different programs and trying out different things. And I was spending a lot of time and effort and money going in a bunch of different directions.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so in that process, I realized, you know what? There's a shortcut here.
Ah,
And I'm going to figure it out and so that I can help other entrepreneurs do that. And so that's the formula that I developed.
okay.
And so it has three major parts and it's math, okay? So the first part is addition.
Huh.
It is align with the divine
Ah, I like it. I like it.
because that's where you realize what is my passion, what is my purpose. And so that's an essential component. And then you get to multiply. Then it's 5 times marketing mojo. This is where the marketing piece comes in.
Okay.
So you begin with choosing your lovable and lucrative niche. So out of all the people in the world that you can help, you decide, okay, who do I love helping?
Right.
Who actually has the money to invest in my
Okay.
services? And then the second thing you do is create what I call your unique profitable program.
Ah,
So some people call that a signature system, but you create a program that is very valuable, that gives a lot of access to you that people are willing to invest in.
okay.
And, and third, you turn that into your signature talk so that you can get in front of people and talk about what you do. And then third, you master the art of the discovery session,
Ah,
which is a sacred client enrollment conversation, which helps them realize their dreams, their passion, their possibility, and see if you guys are a fit to work
so
together.
basically, it sounds like what you did to get to where you are is now what you're helping others so that they can get to where they need and want to be.
After I weeded out all the things that weren't necessary that I was
Right.
doing. Yes.
Very, very
And then the
key.
last
Yes.
component is what I call to bust and befriend your blocks.
Bust and
Because
befriend your blocks.
yeah,
All
because
right.
everybody, when you realize what it is that you have to give, it's like a fragile, vulnerable little sprout. And so fears come up,
Sure.
doubts come up, all kinds of things are going to step in your way to say, don't do it. It's too dangerous. It's too scary. Stop, turn back, go back and do that other thing you used to
Right.
do 10
Because it
years
was
ago.
familiar, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so I feel like because I had and continue to have so many
Yes.
blocks, I've become really an
Yes.
expert at
Busting through them.
befriending, busting them and befriending them because, they can be our allies. They're not just something to, bury into a hole in the
Right, because they have a lesson for us, right? Something for us to learn.
they do.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, how can people, do something different instead of kind of charging by the hour? How do they do it differently now?
Well, there's nothing wrong with charging by the hour. The only problem is you're limited, how much you can make is limited by the number of hours you have in a day. And also, in order to earn more money, you've got to work more
Ah.
hours. And so this is a recipe for exhaustion,
I think a lot of people
not a
would agree with
recipe for
that.
creativity
Right, right.
and for the kind of pleasure that I found, walking on that beach in Costa Rica. And so when you create your unique profitable
Yes.
program, you can immediately take yourself out dollars per hour rat race, and you only need maybe one client a month
Really?
to earn that $5,000 or $10,000 a month, and it can completely create a whole new possibility for both you and your clients. It's not just about making
Right,
money.
of course.
It's about transforming people's lives.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
just like when I stepped up to the plate and I invested that $5,000 in the coach, oh, I was so committed. I was completely committed to my success.
I think that's absolutely key. And I would love for folks to know how can they, get to know more about you or what you have that can really take our audience to the next level.
Oh, thanks. Well, I would love to offer a gift for anyone who feels like they're really in alignment with what I've described here. I'd love to offer the gift of a complimentary free business breakthrough session called How to Get Paid What You're Worth Business Breakthrough Session. And then I also would like to help people figure out how to price their services, because that can be really scary. Saying, okay, I've got this great, unique, profitable program, but how do I put the price tag on it? And so I have two wonderful methods. One is kind of a left brain logical mathematical method, but the other one is much more intuitive, using the wisdom of your body. And so I'd like to use both of those with my clients.
Beautiful.
And so I have that gift describing how you can use both of those.
And where can our folks find that?
Yeah, they can go to nataliehillcoaching.com/Orgena. Isn't that
That's
handy?
fantastic. I love it. I love it. So we're going to invite all of our folks to absolutely go and check out your site there. That's say the website again?
nataliehillcoaching.com/Orgena.
Fabulous. We love it. Thank you so, so much for being with us today, Natalie, and sharing. I know it's just like a little tidbit, and we want a big meal with you there. But thank you so much for giving us that nugget to just get a lot of people in a different direction than where they might be at the moment. So we are going to look forward to speaking more with you at another time. Thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome, and thank you, Orgena.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And we'll be right back after these messages.
This episode was sponsored by Soul Purpose Branding. Put your soul into your brand. Get your business on purpose. With Sabine Messner, the wizard of Soul Purpose Branding. soulpurposebranding.com.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us today on our show. I really hope that there was something shared that really helps you shine your biggest and brightest light. Please stop by again, like us on Facebook, tweet us, all of those good things. And most importantly, please always remember, it's all about love.